Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of my superhero discussions for Hero Buster. Today I'll be talking about the superhero Athena. Now, Athena is the wind-type superhero, and is the last one to be introduced. When I first saw her in her golden armor, I just couldn't help but think of Athena and the Gold Saints in Saint Seiya. I mean, she's practically got everything down with the purple hair and being almighty. Jeez. But anyway, as the wind-type superhero, she gets the standard 65% attack bonus for wind types when she's the leader. Her main ability, Goddess Fall, is a G-ranked wind damage attack that gives a turn of absolute defense. You see, this ability is her main draw because it not only deals very high damage, but it also prevents you from taking any damage this turn. Though there are some defense ignoring attacks that might go through this, in general it'll block most of the damage that you take from enemy attacks. It is basically the upgraded version of Marco Polo's signature skill, because this absolute defense doesn't have any drawbacks to it, and you'll suffer no loss from DPS upon using it. This ability alone makes her, in my opinion, the best superhero. And so, with few exceptions, you should always use her for her main skill. A warning, though, because this skill takes up a buff slot, and you can only have 3 buffs on your team, you should take care not to use this skill too soon. Otherwise, you might overwrite it, and you will not get your absolute defense this turn. Her second skill is a large damage attack with a heal over time afterwards. It's an okay sidearm to use against weaker enemy that doesn't really need the absolute defense. It also allows you to maintain high DPS while keeping your team healed due to its low SP requirement. But be worried though that the healing also takes up one of your 3 buff slots. And so, other than that though, she has no hidden ability that other superheroes have, like stronger normal attacks, healing from normal attacks, or removing debuff through auto attacks, or something like recovering more SP from your attacks. No, she doesn't have any of that. But what she does have, what she makes up for this, is that she has really powerful stats. You see, like other superheroes, she has strong stats all around, like her super powerful 2266 attack or her high 1700 defense. When usually what ends up happening is that they would have below average regen to make up for this, you know, to allocate their stats better. Not Athena. What she does is that she ends up having the highest regen in the entire game. This massive regen, 2311, allows her to both heal more and receive more heals from other healing and health balls from damaging enemies. This crazy stats allows her to basically double as a tank and a healer. She's just that goddamn powerful. I recommend her to anyone with the resource to get her. Seriously. Anyway, now that I properly introduced her, let's show off her abilities in action, shall we? I am now on floor 381, and according to the rankings, that would make me first place. And the second place is floor 367, which is also likely using an Athena based on their wind type. And everyone else is 260 or so, 200s, though I have no doubt that they'll climb higher once they start really using Athena and climbing a tower. Anyway, let's start my infinite tower journey again. My friend Merc has also picked up a Athena themselves, so now my friend has a level 61 Athena. So I will use that and go run along with my infinite tower team. Because my friend also has an Athena now, I now run a mostly wind team with a bit of healing and SP recovery, as opposed to my completely mixed team that I had before. You see, even now at floor 380 something, you don't really need a mixed team because the enemy don't really do all that much damage. I learned this after I ran the Infinite Tower for a little while there, and it took a little bit longer than it should because I'm not doing as much damage with the mixed team. They haven't came up with any mixed heroes that can give 50 or more attack power at once. So for now, I'll just stick with my Wind team until I come across some difficulties again. And as you can see, even now, I'm running this automatically. I still don't really need to change my setup for much. I can just keep running Wind, and I'll do all the damage I'll need to do, while still maintaining my survivability thanks to Athena's absolute defense. So, I mean, I guess I call this absolute defense, but it's not really completely absolute. It mainly defends about 90% of the damage that the enemy will dealt towards you. So if you were to run something like Song Jiang, which I did for quite a while there, for the past 200 and 300 levels, it increases your attack dramatically at the cost of defense. So when you do that, even Athena's perfect defense would falter a little bit. I guess I really can't call it perfect, huh? But I'll still call it absolute defense because it sounds really cool. But anyway, so right now I've stopped using Song Jiang for the damage, but I can still pretty much survive Infinite Tower well enough to continue automatically going through this. Well, there you have it, floor 381 completely autoed. Okay, and now I'm finally at the end of my Infinite Tower journey. I am now on the 500th floor, and let's begin. My leader now is Cao Cao, with my friend's leader being Lele, who has 20% stats for all. I'm currently using only one healing item and 3 status recovery items. Oh, oops, better turn that off. Basically, right now, I am just pretty confident in that I would not die. So I pretty much just run status recovery items because, see, if I don't remove the status effects that the enemy put on me, then I will die. Thankfully, though, this team seems to be more annoying than anything else. All they do is just pour on status effects on me. First use Lele to heal and buff attack, and then Crane Key to attack and then buff attack at the same time. Then Athena uses absolute defense, Gold uses heal on contact, Cao Cao with the poison. Oh, Kira doesn't have enough. Oh crap. Oops, I should have double checked. That's why I have the 5th item as my mana potion. That's okay, I should survive this turn. There we go. Now I gotta make sure that I actually activate it this time. Go. First with the healing. Then give my absolute defense a few points. There we go. All is well. I salvaged the game. As you can see here, my current team setup is so powerful that, well, the enemy won't be doing much damage to me. Unless, of course, there's certain setups that do a crazy amount of damage. Even this can't block. But for the most part, you can block it. And even if there are people who use these combinations, you can counter them. For the most part. It's all about using your head. I will write a guide on how to do this and post it on Facebook in a bit. As you can see, climbing all the way here to 500, the enemies have mostly been the same. There hasn't been much difference. So I believe strongly that if you can get to 400, you can probably get to 500 no problem. It's not a... The Infinite Tower isn't too hard as long as you're properly prepared. You can farm for Kirin. Lele, you can find a friend. Athena, though, you may have to top up a little, but you can also find a friend who does that. Otherwise, everyone else you can pick from random summoning, so this team that I have really isn't that hard to build. Now let's go heal, back. This could take a while though, because Mona Lisa is a pretty annoying type of opponent on a tower. She doesn't do a lot of damage, but she ends up inflicting a lot of status effects on people and also heals. That healing is what's keeping her in the game right now, so it'll take me a while before I can actually clear this floor. I'm actually kind of eager to see what would happen once this floor is cleared. Maybe I'll get to see some new opponents. The enemies on the back rows already died, but that's because they're not Mona Lisa. Get this time, though I'm almost out of supplies. It's okay because my team is mostly self-sustaining. As you can see here, I actually used 5 buffs on my team, but I was able to use them all thanks to buff rotation. So first, I used my first 2 attack buffs, so they appear on the bottom. And I used my absolute defense, so that one appears on the bottom. And I just keep using my other skills while having my attack buffs active. And then I'll have the buffs I want in the bottom, and the attack buffs would have been used up. So basically I've got the best of both worlds if I do that. Alright, so it appears that I have cleared floor 500. Amazing, right? Let's see. Oh. There's more. Floor 501. There's nothing here. Well, it appears that once you reach 501, the game is over. Or at least, there's nothing else you can fight on the Infinite Tower. So currently, 500 is the maximum limit for the Infinite Tower. This means I've conquered the Infinite Tower. And so, with the help of Athena and friends, I was able to become the first man to conquer the Infinite Tower. Hopefully they'll install more floors to come in the future. Okay, I have fully set up my win team, and now I will show you the devastating power of Athena as leader of a win team. 2 Athenas. Back, but I may need to change my items. It's no longer Infinite Tower, so I may need some healing. First debuff that these people give, but other than that, I should be okay. There we go. Alright, let's begin the show. Actually, let's... Okay, let's begin my win team show. Well, first let's get rid of these creeps. Okay, I have found my enemy, the lovebirds. Now let's display the full power of my win team. First things first, attack buffs. Einstein gives attack buff L, Vinci gives attack buff M. So I have 2 attack buffs already. Bird use a Song of Dance to lower their defense. And Athena, my Athena, will use her heal. Then I'll keep my friend's Athena on standby for now. Then I'll finish it off with some poison. This was a pretty decent opening move. The enemy been reduced to about a third's health. These bosses are really tough, and they have a ton of HP and hit really hard, so I specifically went Wind against them. They decided to use their immortal armor, so while they have this on, I can't damage them. Will instead enter defense mode. My defense open, and I have healing on top of that. Okay, now that that armor is gone, let's go and put up attack buffs again. Though I ran out of energy. I could just as easily just replace one of my team members with Kieran, but that would make it a little too easy. And besides, having full win is fine. Not everybody has Kieran, after all, so this is a true display of a win team skill. Oh, but I just died. God damn it. I died because Lovebirds has an ability where my heals will hurt me instead. Well, I'll just fix that. Oh, mortal armor again. Oh well, I'll just heal using my potions. Attack buff, armor down, defense buff. As you can see, full wind team with 2 super-powered wind meter does tons of damage. You won't have the crazy recovery that my Infinite Tower team has, but you will clear your bosses at record time. Let's see if I got anything good this round. Ah, Lovebird sword, very nice. Well, that's it for now. So, let me just tell you one thing. On the hero page, she is called a high defense tank with decent attack. That's not what Athena is. Athena is almighty. So if you have her, and have her as a friend, then consider yourself very lucky, because you'll find yourself far stronger than before. That's how good she is. Anyway, I thank you all for watching my Athena video, and I hope that I'll help you on your quest for conquering Infinite Tower, or maybe even pick up Athena yourself. Until next time then.